welcome to the first episode of Real Rap Wrestling.
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah, in video.
In video.
I'm JP.
Video.
That's my co-host Javi.
Hello.
And this is our special guest Gio.
For a few, they've got me for a few minutes till dinner, and I thought I might as well stop by, talk a little bit about the squared circle.
Yeah.
And I'll give a shameless plug. Gio, when is your show here at WFCS?
My show here at WFCS, my name is DJ Benji. I host a show called Cloud9. You can catch that show from 2 to 4 o'clock on Tuesdays, 2 to 4 p.m. in case I have to be specific on that. I'm sure I don't have to. You can catch me. We play tunes that only make you fly high, so go ahead and join us on that flight, and we can fit you right in.
Yes, sir.
So, in this first ever episode of Real Rap Wrestling, we got
Wrestling.
big news Sunday. Edge. I'm sorry.
No, come on. Call him by his real name.
Adam Copeland.
Mr. Adam
I
Copeland.
mean Edge.
Mr. Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland.
Yeah.
Now part of All Elite Wrestling AEW. He's All Elite.
He is All Elite. I loved the way that I mean, obviously if there was going to be a moment with a person that they were going to do it, it had to be the one main event that Christian had, Mr. Christian Cage.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, if it wasn't obvious enough that that's the reason why he went to AEW, then like, get your head out of the gutter, because he's obviously doing it to retire with his best friend.
Yeah.
Which I think is great.
Christian. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you don't watch too much wrestling, but I know that was like the biggest news you heard.
Yeah, because I used to be a really big wrestling fan when I was younger. I started watching it when I was like 11, and then I kind of stopped watching it when I was in high school. But yeah, I definitely still kind of keep up to date a little bit with what's been going on.
Catch
and
the clips occasionally.
Yeah, catches clips, and also too, I like to be a little nostalgic, so go back to watch clips and videos of when I watched wrestling of the Attitude Era. But yeah, I knew Edge went to AEW. I saw it because I follow him on Instagram, and yeah, I know AEW has been around. They've been around for like 4 years now.
Yeah, almost 5.
Almost 5.
Yeah, so they've been definitely making a name for themselves. I haven't seen it, but I've seen like clips here and there. And I know they've had a lot of wrestlers from the past who used to be with WWE.
Yeah, the big running joke is that AEW is just the WWE retirement home.
Yeah.
Where it's like the WWE's rejects, which isn't necessarily true. I'm going to say that right now. I don't hate AEW.
No, I like
I'm
AEW.
not a big AEW fan, but I don't hate the product. Now I got to start calling him by his AEW name. The Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland, making his move over was something that a lot of people I feel like didn't expect to happen so quickly, at least.
Yeah.
Because he had just wrestled his last match back in September. Or
It was like the end of August.
End of August, yeah.
End of August.
So I thought for me it was going to be like, oh, maybe he's taking a break and then he'll come back for one more pay-per-view and that would be his last match there. But no, it was literally just a SmackDown taping with Sheamus, and that was just his last match. It was in Toronto though, so that was really nice.
Yeah. And it was his 25th anniversary.
It was his 25th anniversary. So I think if there's a time and a place to do it, there's no better time and place to do it. I'm real happy for him. I think he talked about it in an interview after his appearance on WrestleDream, how he was real excited about the matches that he has coming up. I think he's wrestling Luchasaurus next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is wild.
So next Tuesday is going to be crazy. I don't know if you heard about what's going on Tuesday next week for wrestling, but pretty much because of the move that AEW is going to be making, I think they're moving to Wednesdays now, right?
Well, they're already on Wednesdays. It's, they're moving next Tuesday because of the MLB playoffs. So it's a one-time
so that they're
thing.
not like competing.
Yeah.
Well, so WWE heard that and said, well, instead of being worried about our NXT product going down, why don't we just slap every major star that we have onto NXT to make sure that people watch it?
Because they have a lot of momentum and they don't want to screw up that.
It's red hot right now. It's the best. I think legitimately it is the best show in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
NXT is the best show. If you ever have a reason to really get back into it, you start with NXT.
When I started, because I remember when NXT started in 2010, it was a lot different.
It was a game show.
It was basically a game show, yeah, because you would have the pros and the rookies.
It was pros, rookies, and they would do like the stupid shit like fucking barrel rolling.
Yeah, they would have them do like
balance contests and stuff like that. But like now it's like a bona fide product with legitimate storylines and phenomenal characters. And my favorite character in the show just won his NXT title last week. I'm really happy because I love Ilya Dragunov. I think he's the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, the product is awesome.
And the thing is too, like, I'm gonna make a lot of people upset. A lot of wrestling fans. I love NXT Black and Gold, but it needed to go.
It needed to go
because weren't focusing on the future. They were just focusing on indie wrestler after indie wrestler that are already made. Adam Cole didn't really
Samoa
need to be in NXT.
Joe,
Samoa Joe, yeah, these guys were like 40, and but
like why are they here?
Yeah,
you could throw them into main roster matchups like now.
Yeah, but seeing the last 2 years from starting with NXT 2.0 and everything, like seeing that they're developing their future, and not only that, they're developing potentially some of the best wrestlers in the world, like Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton has the most beautiful moonsault out of any wrestler I have ever seen. That's coming from someone who has watched Kurt Angle clip after Kurt Angle clip. Her moonsault is fucking phenomenal, and the match she just had with Becky at No Mercy was one of the best women's matches of the year. If Rhea Charlotte didn't happen earlier this year, I would say that could have been women's match of the year.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Like a lot of people, amazing. I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, the Performance Center doesn't work." Well, they're proving you wrong right now, fellas, because look at they got the Creed brothers, Braun Breaker, Tiffany Stratton,
Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Ilja Dragunov. It's all amazing. And now, to kind of loop it back to what we started our conversation with, the second domino has fallen in the WWE or AEW to WWE transfer market because Jade Cargill, former AEW star or wrestler, I guess they can call him over there, but former AEW women's wrestler has been the second person to jump ship from AEW over to WWE.
Actually, the third.
Oh yeah, because I forgot about the
Blair Davenport.
Yeah, Blair Davenport.
Yeah, she was the first.
She was the first women's one.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's like first just like big one or first big women's wrestler.
Yeah,
no offense to Blair Davenport, of course. She's a phenomenal wrestler.
Because the thing is, like, Blair didn't really do much in AEW. Cody was big as well. It's like Cody was a
founding father.
Jade is huge because not only did she get a lot of TV time and everything, she still is their longest reigning AEW champion of any kind.
Yeah.
On
any with any title, because she was like what
TBS champ for like 500 and something days.
It was almost 2 years, which is like insane. I know some people were disappointed that they didn't keep her signing like hidden until like some pay-per-view where she comes out like surprised. But I kind of love what they're doing with like the treating WWE as a real sports product. They had ESPN be the ones to announce Jade Cargill signing over to WWE.
Yeah.
They gave them the right to announce it, which I thought was really cool. It kind of made things seem a bit more not realistic because wrestling is real, mind you. I will never die on that, or I will always die on the hill. Wrestling is a real product where real people get really hurt. But it made it seem more into the sports world than WWE has been more willing to allow themselves. Kind of remind people that these are real people behind these characters and contracts that they're signing, which I think is really sick. And I think Jade is going to do amazing things, and we're going to see some fucking great matches out of her. Once she does kind of step into the ring at WWE.
And the thing is, too, I disagree that people people who say that she should have been surprised. No, because the great thing is she is pretty green in the ring, but the Performance Center will help her with that.
Absolutely.
And she has she always showed signs of potential and everything. I think she's going to succeed. She's going to put all the work into, be the best.
She saw what happened with Cody, and she knows that it could happen for her.
The thing with having Jade as a surprise is that they can't. I don't think it worked the same way. Like they're like
everyone knew who Cody Rhodes was.
Yeah, everyone knew who Cody Rhodes is. He was formerly in the WWE before that, but Jade, no one really know. Like like a lot of people know. A lot of hardcore wrestling fans know who she is, but do a lot of WWE fans know her?
You kind of need the build up to gauge interest and to build it up over time. If you treat this Jade Cargill signing for what it is, which is a massive contract signing, then you will make your casual fans or your fans who don't watch AEW realize she's her. Like this is no joking matter. Like this is like the next talent to come from AEW, and for good reason, because she is. Yeah. Her character is really sick. I think that she has the look, she has the aura, she has her mic skills her
mic skills are good. I think that's one of the good things about her. I think
it's one of the better things about her, but I think the big thing for me with her has always been when she's in the ring, she looks like a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah.
Especially compared some of the matches that she could have, like the Rhea Ripley matchup is going to be sick. Yeah. The Bianca Belair matchup is going to be sick.
Charlotte
is going to Becky. Oh, it's going to be so good. And I can't wait. I can't wait for Jade to step into the ring because I think she's going to be really, really great for WWE.
And with with Adam Copeland,
Mr. Copeland.
It's gonna be so hard to say that name because I still keep thinking Edge, and I probably will still keep calling him Edge.
As you should.
Because this is only the beginning of what I think wrestling free agency in 2024 is going to be insane because you got the 10 people who got released from the main roster in WWE. Yeah. Like, don't be surprised if you see Dolph Ziggler in AEW.
Don't be surprised if you see Mustafa Ali in AEW. Don't be surprised.
Some of these guys might go to Impact also. Like, there's
Matt
New
Riddle
Japan.
too.
Matt Riddle.
I don't know about Matt Riddle. He has
so many. Yeah, for a lot of people, it's just the risk of having someone as controversial as Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's so talented in the ring, though. When
I feel
used
like that's
correctly,
what's gonna get him.
When used correctly.
Yeah, because I don't think it's like it's the only person who has been controversial and has not been back to the ring is Velveteen Dream. Biggest waste.
Yeah,
of
they always
time.
like if someone is good enough in the ring, you are going to get.
Look at Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy got re-signed
because it's pretty much Jeff and Matt Riddle are pretty much in the same situation where the biggest thing that's like affecting them right now is their their drug and alcohol addictions. Yes, and that's like the biggest controversy with both of them. If Jeff Hardy has a chance, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Riddle got a chance. Now, the thing about, I guess the only difference from backstage reports is that, Matt Riddle seems to be an asshole, according to some.
Yeah, rumor has it he's a fucking prick. Yeah.
And then Jeff Hardy seems to be a nice guy for the most part to people. It's just he can't control himself.
Yeah, it's a lot of like self-discipline things that the issue with him. I do anticipate that the way that Matt Riddle wrestles, though, like AEW would eat it up so quick because he is a trained combat fighter that knows how to do stuff in the ring that would legitimately hurt a person, which I'm sure AEW would love.
The thing is, though,
because their product is very raw.
A little bit what I'm worried about with AEW, though, I was doing the math. They have 122 men on the roster, man.
Where are they going to fit?
Where are they going to be? Like, they'll definitely make time for Riddle and Dolph, but like I worry about like the guys who already barely have a chance. No, like the signed guys are gonna, they're gonna get their shot, but like I'm worried about like the guys like, look how many guys have signed with AEW
and haven't done anything.
Yeah, like guys like Action Andretti, who they once were like, like hyping up and trying to build as a future. Yeah, Miro barely got a shot until recently.
Yeah, he was off TV for so long.
Yeah,
and a lot of people said it was because Tony Khan literally just couldn't find a place for him.
Yeah,
which sucks because Miro is so sick.
Yeah, and I could see why they signed. Like Edge is essentially their CM Punk replacement because
CM Punk
they are missing that one big star that, and I don't know if they're. I mean, judging by the YouTube views and the hype, maybe they're the same level, but.
You can choose to keep this in if you want. Fuck CM Punk. Fuck CM Punk for everything he is.
Keep that in there.
Fuck CM Punk.
You're not a Punk fan, CM Punk.
Nah, he is.
Just a lot of controversy
oh my god.
I mean,
he's such an asshole.
Because I remember I would watch him wrestle too, and I remember he would do kind of like, he would speak whatever's on his mind. He's very big at that, and I know, I guess that he's no longer with AEW
because of backstage fights.
Oh, so I didn't know. I didn't know about that.
So he would consistently fight backstage. He would consistently demand that he get put over the top of people who probably needed it more than he did.
From his own show,
he would ban people from his own show. Like,
but it shows that Tony Khan's just kind of not a leader.
He was just a prick. Fuck
That's
CM
what it
Punk.
shows.
Fuck CM Punk.
Tony Khan really isn't a leader. Like for certain wrestlers, like he will be a pushover for certain. Like for Punk, he was definitely a pushover because the fact. It took 3 different controversies for him to get fired is insane.
I do think wrestling's in a good spot, though. I think wrestling is, in terms of both AEW and WWE and all the other products that are out right now, I think that this is where the product it's been on a very high slope, and maybe it's plateaued a little bit, but the place where it plateaued at is not a place that I would complain at, because wrestling used to be really fucking shit last year. And
not last year.
Not last year. Sorry, the year before.
No,
it was like
WWE maybe, but AEW when they got Punk and Danielson was hot at that.
That is true.
That was a really good year. That was honest.
Maybe that's my.
I like AEW,
bias.
but that was like the last year of AEW I actually loved a lot. Not cared a lot, loved a lot. Like like early 2022, I liked a lot too. But then once like the problems started like, getting to a point where
we were watching Jericho versus BCC every week
Chris Jericho.
on
Jericho
that's
versus
another one.
like Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia turning
Versus-
heel and face and then heel again.
It was, and then every week John Moxley was blading.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, it's Tuesday. Come on. Or it's Wednesday,
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. You don't got to be bleeding like all that.
2021 WWE wasn't that bad either. I think personally, the last time I thought, so I like WWE in 2020, 2021, but I especially liked it in 2022 and this year. I think the last time WWE was really bad had to have been 2019.
2019, yeah.
Because that was when they were doing like the stupid wild card rule and then making each match 2 hour 3 falls or just like finishing the match before the commercial break and restart because they didn't want wrestling during the commercial break.
And giving Brock the title for like ever. Like they would
That's
have
the
him.
least of their decision.
Like the thing that kind of annoyed me a little bit with him is like they would always have like Brock Lesnar and like nothing against him, you know, he's done a lot for wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's like a part-timer, so they would give him the title that he would hold the title for like over a year.
Yeah.
You would
know,
fucking hate what's happening right now.
and then he would just like
Roman.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has held the title for 3 years now.
3
I am-
years, and we haven't seen him in
a month.
a month.
Yeah, because like it's not fair to the other
think next
guys
week
because
is back.
you give them the title and they hold it for like years, not months, years, and they only make an appearance once or twice.
Once every 2 months.
Yeah,
once every
and
month.
it's
Ross.
like
I still love Roman though, but they just don't seem.
Roman
to
Reigns.
know
He's a
what
good
to do.
wrestler, yeah, but like like literally he won that title like during COVID, like literally during COVID, he still has
Dog,
it.
the,
Like
the vaccine wasn't even out yet. By
Yeah,
the
the
time
vaccine.
He won the title, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Like,
ridiculous.
I still love Roman.
I have
He's
my own
great.
opinions on Roman Reigns that I will choose to not voice until an episode that I can be on for longer. Because if I'm going to talk shit about Roman Reigns, I'm going to do it for an hour.
I love Roman, and I think his character's still great. It's just I
Show
know-
up. Show up for your
But it's
job.
not, I don't think it's his fault. I think that's just what WWE.
Give the title to someone else, then, man.
Yeah, like
because right now they're doing the feud with like. So what's going on with Roman? Like, because I know he hasn't been in for a month. So what's
So the big thing with Roman has always been the bloodline.
Yeah, he has
there's
that
There's two separate bloodline stories going on right now. There's the
Yeah.
one with Jay, and then there's the one with Jimmy and Solo. The one with Jimmy and Solo is this Saturday that they're going to be wrestling LA Knight and John Cena.
John Cena?
Just in a regular tag match. But it's nothing really big. And then Jay and Cody Rhodes are going to be wrestling against the Judgment Day for the tag titles. I don't think they're going to win that match. I think it would just make no sense to slap the titles on Jay and Cody right now.
that makes sense because of if there's like they're trying to do this Judgment Day split. Or like,
I think it would be cooler if the Judgment Day kept them, but
Yeah.
there was still high like they all like it's like they
because
almost lose.
I think there's a chance Seth loses that title soon.
Yeah, and I think it's probably if it's going to lose to someone, he's probably going to lose it to Damian Priest, which I mean is like completely valid because he has money in the bank, so it makes sense. Honestly, like the Judgment Day and Raw thing has kind of gotten stale for me. I think that's been a common wrestling opinion as of late, but
I still love them, but
it's no. I will still tune into Raw every week and watch them, but
I've been watching Monday Night Football a lot though.
yeah, I mean Monday Night
Don't
Football
lie.
has been probably dominating the Monday nights for me, but like I love Cody, I love Jay, I love Sammy and KO still, so like I'll tune in to see them. They're some of my favorite wrestlers, but God damn, have a different main event, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, they had it once with Becky Zoe,
Yeah, it
and
was
that's
Becky
really.
Zoe.
What was? Oh, and this week too with Gunther Ciampa.
That was a good main event too.
Yeah, they've actually been having Gunther. I mean, the last month I think they realized that they had the Judgment Day in the main event a lot, and they've definitely changed it up a little bit with Gunther.
Shout out to
Gable.
Johnny Gargano and
Or Gable, I mean.
Tommaso Ciampa finally reuniting. DIY. I'm sad it went off air to do it, but it's still really cool to see them back together.
Yeah, I think they didn't realize the time. It definitely.
What time? If they could have had it on TV, they probably would have had it on
Yeah.
TV.
Is Gunther? Is he like the longest? He's the Intercontinental
longest
Champion.
reigning.
He is the longest reigning Intercontinental. I think it's well deserved. His character is sick. His in ring work is sick. Like when legitimately, I don't think like when you think of guys like Gunther, you think of guys like Brock Lesnar. You think of guys like who are like understandably like monsters in the ring.
Yeah.
No offense to the Homo sapiens out there,
Oh,
but like
come
if
on,
you
I'm-
look at Omos, I'm not
do
legitimately thinking this guy is a threat compared to some of these guys because he's just tall.
I hope you guys know that are watching. I think he will be world champion. I acknowledge him. The one last thing I want to say before we end it here, because it was a point I wanted to make earlier when we were talking about free agency. I think it's going to only get crazier from here on out because everyone's talking about like the guys that AEW is going to sign from WWE, but
there's one guy that's going to be coming out that I think is going to be jumping ship.
But I think we're both thinking of different guys, to be honest.
You think so? Who do you think I'm thinking of?
I think you're thinking MJF.
No, I'm thinking of Ricky Starks.
That's who I was thinking. Okay, we're both thinking of the same guy.
I'm thinking of Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks, for me, I think might be going double. The thing is, Ricky, it's just like they don't seem to let him like do more.
Yeah, and I think because of his name and because of his association with Cody and Jade, it's only inevitable that he comes to WWE. So Ricky, the last thing I'll say on this podcast before I head off is I can't wait to see you in a match with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, because like I really wouldn't be surprised if Ricky left. Like that is the one person at the moment where I'm just like if he left, if he's gone. Sense. Yeah, it like I don't see it not happening at this point. Like if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be shocked. But if it does happen, I wouldn't be shocked either.
Awesome! Shout out to Ricky Starks, future WWE superstar.
I couldn't think of anyone else at the moment. Maybe MJF, but like he's in too good of a spot.
Too good of a spot. You could not give that up.
If he leaves, like at the moment, I think it's kind of.
It would just have to be a love for WWE. Yeah, that has to be it because it can't be the money because Tony Khan will offer him the bag. It can't be because he's not getting enough chances because he's literally the world champion of the AEW right now. It just doesn't make sense.
And I will say, I know guys that are friends with MJF and everything too. One of them had him on his podcast when he was a indie wrestler in training. That guy's goal is WWE for sure.
I just don't think it's right now.
I don't know about now because priorities definitely changed within the last because he did that podcast with him in 2015. I want to say, and he's like he was even like being careful of what he said in the podcast because he wanted to be in the WWE. But AEW's treating him too well. That I just don't think he's leaving at the moment.
They're fanning him on like a throne carried by a bunch of other people. Or they're feeding him grapes from the vine. Like
he was at Rhode Island Comic-Con last year.
Really?
MJ, and that's how I found out about him because I didn't watch AEW. And then he actually stays in character when he deals with fans.
He loves
which I was like, I was surprised because he was having an argument with a kid, and I was just like, I was really confused of what was going on. But then I like Googled him afterwards, and then I kind of got his persona. And
he's like, he's just a piece of shit.
I was just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
All right, unfortunately, I have to step out, but this won't be the last time I'm on here.
Yeah. With that said, guys, we're not on video anymore, but
that's okay.
Thank you for watching and I guess listening now. Thank you, Gio, for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time for Real Rap Wrestling.
Thanks.